right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who were well told me this truth. And peace and blessings be to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Yashar Gabar, back to you again with another lesson. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to the elect. All right, so without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it. Start off with the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 14. It says, woe unto you that had lost patience. And what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? Yeah, woe, meaning destruction. All right, to those who had lost patience. All right, yeah, you men that crossed that line, who taught, rebuked, once believed, all right, and went back into the world. All right, you fallouts. You lost patience, man. So what? Woe, all right, death, destruction, all right, to you, man. All right. It says, what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? All right, because the Lord is going to visit you. All right, you're not, forgotten about, man. You niggas that went back into the world, you fallouts, to go chase after whatever bullshit it was. You think you exempt, from judgment or something, man. All right, hey, the Lord is going to get you niggas, man. All right. Because what? You lost patience. The scriptures speak on what having patience in the faith of a saint. You're supposed to have patience in his truth. All right, because what? The Lord is not on our time, All right, we on the Lord's time. But if you was watching, on point, stand in the spirit, you'll know. All right, you wouldn't lose patience. All right, because we in the end. All right, but just showing you, the Lord, didn't weave them out for a reason. All right, there was always a reason. Either you niggas wasn't right, just wicked, So whoa. So what else you had? All right, because don't think you're not. Don't think you're forgotten about. So let's get this. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 17. It says, say not thou, I will hide myself from the Lord. Should any remember me from above? I should not be remembered among so many people. For what is the soul amongst such an infinite number of creatures? Yeah, so don't think you're going to be able to hide yourself from the Lord. All right? Or think you're not remembered. The scriptures speak on what the heavens rejoice over one sinner that repenteth. All right, that's how important it is, man. All right. So yeah, your one soul, is remembered. Yes, because it's billions of people on earth. All right, you think you're forgotten about? No, man. And the Lord is going to get you niggas that went back into the world and fell out. All right. You think you just going about your day, living your normal life. Hey, and you'll be surprised how many niggas, I'm going to say niggas, all right, that know this truth. Know breakdowns, know who they are, all right, and know what they're supposed to be doing. All right. And these are going to be the type of guys that are going to be destroyed, man. All right. Scriptures speak on they're going to say, Lord, Lord. All right. But hey, Lord going to say what? I don't remember you, I never know you, Salakia. All right. Know the Lord's name. Know they're supposed to go out and teach. I read the story of what Jonas, what he received for not wanting to go out and do the work for the Lord. All right, how much more in these times, man? So moving on, let's get this book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 11. It says, as a dog returneth to his vomit, so is a fool returning to his folly. Yeah, so you're like a dog, man, returning to his vomit. You once was in the walk, You know, you're doing what you were supposed to do. You know, but you return back into the world. And scripture speak on what? How 7 more demons hop on you. You know, for doing that. All right. So then what? You return back into folly. Even worse. All right. You return back even worse. Probably believing in some whole other shit. You know. Back eating pork. Probably a fucking faggot in the world. You know. That's what happens. So what? As a dog returns to his vomit, so is a fool returning to his folly. You know, you niggas fools, man. You know? So-called being a man of the Lord, and then you just return back into the world. Return back to shit. Chasing after money, chasing after a fucking bitch, a job, a career, whatever the fuck it was, you know? Hey, you a fool, man. So, what else? 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 21, it says, "For it had been better for them not to know the ways of righteousness than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandments delivered unto them." Yeah, so it was better for you not to even know the ways of this truth, man. Or knowing the ways of righteousness than to receive it, you know, and turn back, all right? Because that's what you did, all right? You turned your back on the Lord, all right? So it would have been better for you not to even know this truth, man. You know, and that's how bad it is going to be, all right, for those of you who knew this truth or was doing the work or, you know, and went back into the world. All right, your ass going to be beaten with many stripes, man. All right. So let's get that. Book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 47. It says, "And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes." Yeah, so that servant that knew the Lord's will, all right, knew what you were supposed to do, all right, knew this truth, all right, knew the breakdowns, knew of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, you know, should be beaten with many stripes. You know why? Because you didn't prepare yourself, all right, neither did according to the Lord's will. All right, that's what? Teaching, feeding the sheep, all right, applying this truth. All right, but Jake still want to be a fucking nigga, you know. All right, he was looking back. All right, thought he had a better life outside of this. So let's see, verse 48, it says, "But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes should be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask for more." All right, so much is given, much is required. You know, you'd be surprised how many guys run around here, all right, that know, all right. You know whether the breakdowns, you know, who's able to teach, have talents. All right, the scripture speak on the talents. How you supposed to use them talents. All right. All right, but they don't apply it. You know, don't do what's according to the Lord's will. All right. Just sitting on it. All right, those type of guys are going to be destroyed. You know, you useless. It's like a candle, putting it under a table. All right, you're not letting your light shine. You're not doing the work. You're not doing what's required of you to do. You know, but whoso much is given, much is required. All right. You know this work, and you know what you're supposed to do. All right, so you're required to what? Teach, do the work. All right. Not focusing on what your family, your job. Oh, I don't have time to go out there and teach. I don't have time to do this and that. All right, the Lord. Hey, we don't want to hear this shit. How much more with us? All right, how much more with us? How much more with the Lord? All right. And the Lord ain't trying to hear that. All right. So yeah, man. But hey, for those of you who once was teaching amongst brothers and claim to be a man of the Lord and went back into the world, return to your folly, and the Lord is going to destroy each and every one of you niggas. All right. And you're not going to hide yourself from the Lord. You're not forgotten about. So I'm ending off with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash, and give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Till next time, say shalom.